Hi friends, and welcome to another video. Today I thought I would do a show and tell of all of my gingerbread stories and also a read aloud of a few of them. I thought it would only be fitting that I wear my gingerbread sweater today. I mentioned this in my sweater try-on video, but I've had this sweater for like over 10 years, I think. I got it years ago from Forever 21. So believe it or not, these are not all of the gingerbread books that I own. I actually own a few more. These are just my favorite ones. I've mentioned this before, but I'm an elementary school teacher, and around December we do big unit around gingerbread stories, and so I have accumulated quite a few. So let me show you all of my books, and then maybe you can help me pick some to read aloud to you to help you send you off to sleep. Okay, so let me show you the books I brought today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different versions of the Gingerbread Man story. Let me show you up close the different versions and their titles. So I have 4 different versions that are more of like the classic version of the Gingerbread Man. I have the Gingerbread Man by Karen Schmidt, the Gingerbread Man by Savoie Pirota, the Gingerbread Man by Catherine McCafferty, and the Gingerbread Man by Jim Aylesworth. And then all of the others are very different versions where they change the character or something about the story. And some of them the cookie gets eaten, and some of them the cookie survives. So this one is the Gingerbread Girl. This one is the Gingerbread Bear by Robert Dennis. This one is the Gingerbread Baby by Jan Brett, who writes the words and is also an illustrator. Then we have the Ninjabread Man by C.J. Lay. The Gingerbread Cowboy by Janet Squires. And the Gingerbread Boy. And then some of the versions are a bit more different. They don't just change the character or the ending. It's sort of like a completely different story, just with a gingerbread cookie. But over here we have Gingerbread Friends, which is another book by Jan Brett. And this is one where the gingerbread cookie is feeling lonely, and so there's a boy who bakes him some friends. And then we also have Gingerbread Mouse, which is just about a normal mouse whose house suffers in the winter storm, and so she goes inside someone else's house to find shelter, and they give her a place to live. Then we have 3 Pigs and a Gingerbread Man, which is a mix of the 3 Little Pigs from the classic fairy tale of the 3 Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf. And there's a gingerbread man in this story who sort of like saves the 3 Little Pigs from the mean wolf. And then we have the Gingerbread Pirates, which is a story about a boy who makes cookies in the shape of pirates, And then Santa comes and transforms them into toys. And those are the books that I brought for you today. So let's pick some of them to read. Okay, so now that you've seen all of the books that I have, which one would you like to hear first? Ah, good choice. The Ninjabread Man. So this is The Ninjabread Man by C.J. Lay, and the pictures are by Chris Cole. I have to say this is always a fan favorite for my students. Once upon a time, there was a little old sensei who taught ninjas in a hidden dojo. The group trained hard to be the strongest, fastest, smartest, and sneakiest ninjas in all the land. Sensei was very proud of his students. So proud that one night he made them a special treat, Ninjabread. Ninjabread was an age-old recipe passed down from sensei to sensei. It took a lifetime to master. Once baked, the cookies contained many mysterious powers. They were also dangerously delicious. Sensei mixed the batter, rolled the dough, and shaped the Ninjabread into a tiny sword and throwing stars. Then Sensei crafted a Gingerbread Man. Once done, he carefully placed the tray in the oven. Finally, a sensei opened the oven door to check on the Ninjabread. Kapow! Out leaped the Gingerbread Man, alive and kicking. Sensei was surprised to hear the cookies speak. The time has come to test your students. Now they must try as best they can. They can't beat me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. With a crack and a flash, the Gingerbread Man disappeared in a cloud of sugar dust. Sensei sounded the gong as a warning to his ninjas. Tonight, they faced the greatest challenge of their lives. Ninja Bear was balancing on one finger when he heard the gong. Suddenly, a sweet scent filled the night air. Danger was near. With a crack and a flash, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, Try as best as you can. You can't beat me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night, and I'll defeat you too. I can. Ninjabread Man, shouted Ninja Bear, you will make a mighty morsel. With a running roar, Ninja Bear charged, but the Ninjabread Man jumped out of the way and Ninja Bear lost his balance. Then, with a bow, the Ninjabread Man escaped into the night. Come back, yelled Ninja Bear, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Snake was throwing stars in the forest when she sensed Sensei's warning. The bamboo swayed in the wind. Danger was near. Suddenly, a cookie figure stood before her and announced, Try as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight, and I'll defeat you too. I can. Ninjabread Man, hissed Ninja Snake, you will make a super snack. With a flick, swish, Ninja Snake launched her throwing stars, but Ninjabread Man was too fast. He launched a cookie star, ninja attack of his own. Then, with a bow, the Ninjabread Man escaped into the night. Come back, yelled Ninja Snake, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Mouse was training with his sword when the warning gong rang. Ninja Mouse heard someone tiptoeing around. Danger was near. In the blink of an eye, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, "Try, try, as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake in a throwing star fight. And I'll defeat you too. I can, I can." "Gingerbread Man," squeaked Ninja Mouse, "you will make a nice nibble." Ninja Mouse sprang forward, but the Gingerbread Man tricked the mighty mouse. Then, with a bow, the Gingerbread Man escaped into the night. "Come back!" yelled Ninja Mouse, but the cookie had disappeared. Ninja Fox was sitting beside the great waterfall. He did not hear Sensei's warning. Ninja Fox gently hummed. "I sense something dangerously delicious." With a crack and a flash, a cookie figure stood before him and announced, "Try, try, as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake and made Ninja Mouse ache. And I'll outfox you too. I can, I can." "I'm sorry," said Ninja Fox. "I didn't hear you. What did you say?" The Gingerbread Man stepped closer and repeated, "Try, try, as best as you can. You can't beat me. I'm the Gingerbread Man. I got past Sensei, escaped in the night. I dodged Ninja Bear in the pale moonlight. I slipped past Ninja Snake and made Ninja Mouse ache. And I'll outfox you too. I can, I can." "I'm so sorry," said Ninja Fox, pretending he could not hear the cookie. "The waterfall is so loud. What did you say?" The Gingerbread Man took one final step closer. Following one quick movement, a cloud of sugar dust covered Ninja Fox. Ninja Bear, Ninja Snake, and Ninja Mouse came running out of the forest to find Ninja Fox. Was the Gingerbread Man gone? Far away in another hidden dojo, a little old sensei worked under the mystical moon, mixing, rolling, and shaping a Ninjabread Man. And that was the Ninjabread Man. So this is one of the stories where the cookie does not survive, which you will come to see is not the fate of all gingerbread cookies. I hope you like that story. Would you like to pick another one? Good choice. The Gingerbread Bear. This is a book by Robert Dennis, and it's illustrated by Tammy Lyon. Once upon a time, there was a clever park ranger and a sweet mom and a little girl who lived in Woodlands National Park. One day, the sweet mom said to the little girl, "I will make a cookie just for you." "Can it be a gingerbread bear?" asked the little girl. The sweet mom put the gingerbread bear into the pan, and she put the pan into the oven. "Now listen for the timer," said the sweet mom, "and when the buzzer rings, call me, but do not open the oven door." Then the clever ranger kissed his wife and daughter and left for work. The sweet mom went out to the garden. The little girl sat in the kitchen and watched the oven. Soon she could smell the gingerbread bear. "I want to see if the gingerbread bear has finished hibernating," said the little girl just as the timer went off. As she started to pull back the oven door, Paws pushed it wide open. The gingerbread bear jumped out of the pan. He jumped out of the oven. And the gingerbread bear ran across the kitchen to the open door. The little girl ran to shut the door, but the gingerbread bear ran faster. He ran out the door and down the steps and onto the road in Woodlands National Park. Then he roared, "Run, run, try if you dare. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread bear." The little girl ran after him. The sweet mom saw the gingerbread bear and she ran too, but the gingerbread bear ran faster, and the little girl and the sweet mom had to sit down and rest. The gingerbread bear kept running. Soon he came to 3 campers. "Where are you going?" shouted the campers. "I have run away from a little girl and a sweet mom, and I can run away from you too," said the gingerbread bear. "Oh, you can you?" said the campers, and the campers ran after him. Then the gingerbread bear growled, "Run, run, try if you dare. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread bear." The campers ran fast, but the gingerbread bear ran faster, and the campers had to sit down to rest. Oh, those gingerbread cookies are really fast, aren't they? The gingerbread bear ran on. Soon he came to a chipmunk. "Where are you going?" asked the chipmunk. "I have run away from a little girl and a sweet mom and 3 campers, and I can run away from you too," said the gingerbread bear. "Oh, you can you?" said the chipmunk, and he began to run after the gingerbread bear. Then the gingerbread bear called out, "Run, run, try if you dare. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread bear." The chipmunk ran fast, but the gingerbread bear ran faster, and the chipmunk had to sit down to rest. The gingerbread bear ran on. Soon he came to a gray wolf. "Where are you going?" asked the wolf. "I have run away from a little girl and a sweet mom and 3 campers and a chipmunk, and I can run away from you too," said the gingerbread bear. "Oh, you can you?" said the wolf, and he began to run after the gingerbread bear. Then the gingerbread bear screamed out, "Run, run, try if you dare. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread bear." The wolf ran fast, but the gingerbread bear ran faster, and the wolf had to sit down to rest. The gingerbread bear ran on. Soon he smelled honey and approached a house. He went inside. The gingerbread bear looked at the table. There sat a clever ranger and a sweet mom and a chipmunk and a little girl and a wolf and 3 campers. He ran around the table and said, "Run, run, try if you dare. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread bear." The clever ranger said, "I can't hear you, gingerbread bear. Come a little closer." Ah, we heard that on the last story, right? The gingerbread bear stopped running. He came a little closer to the clever ranger. "I have run away from a little girl and a sweet mom and 3 campers and a chipmunk and a wolf, and I can run away from you too," said the gingerbread bear. "I still can't hear you," said the clever ranger. "Come a little closer." The gingerbread bear came very close to the clever ranger. "Oh, you can you?" said the clever ranger. And snip, snap, that was the end of that. So that was another gingerbread cookie that did not survive. Okay, I hope you liked that second story. Would you like to pick another one to listen to? Good choice. So this is The Gingerbread Girl by Liza Campbell Ernst. I think this one is the biggest book. You may remember the sad story of the gingerbread boy. He ran away from the lonely old woman who baked him, as well as many other hungry characters. His dash through life was ended in one greedy gulp by a sly fox, pretending to help him cross a river. This is the story of his younger, wiser sister. A full year had passed since the lonely old woman and the lonely old man had lost their gingerbread boy to the devious fox. They were even lonelier than before. "Let's bake again," suggested the old man one morning. "But what if the same thing happens?" cried the old woman. "I couldn't bear the loss." "Let's make a girl this time and decorate her with candies. Surely a sweet little girl wouldn't run away," answered the man. So they mixed up the dough, rolled it, and cut it out. They dressed it with as many candies as they could fit, completing the cookie with an amazing hairdo made of licorice whips. "She is sweet," gasped the woman as she slid the cookie sheet into the oven. While the lonely old woman and the lonely old man stood watch by the oven, they talked, remembering their gingerbread boy's short life. He never should have run away. He never should have trusted that fox. As the new cookie baked, her mind woke up, and she heard everything. Sweet or not, she thought, things will be different this time. When it was time for the cookie to be done, the old woman carefully, ever so carefully, cracked open the oven door to peek. Oh no, but we know it's not a good idea to open the oven door when a gingerbread cookie's inside. Bam! Out jumped the gingerbread cookie, running toward the door. The little old woman screamed, "Stop! Stop!" And the little old man came running, but the cookie was already out the door and headed down the same path that her brother had traveled. "Here we go," whispered the gingerbread girl. The man and the woman chased after her, but she sang, "I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." As the gingerbread girl dashed along the path, she came to a group of farmers working in the fields. The aroma of fresh baked gingerbread caught their attention. "Wait!" the hungry farmers shouted and began to run after the gingerbread girl. She laughed and called, "Hey farmers, don't bother. Like my brother, I'm fast. Run all you want, but I've learned from his past. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." Further down the road, a pig came into view. As the gingerbread girl grew closer, her candy sparkled in the sunlight. The pig squealed with joy and tried to take a bite, but the gingerbread girl was too fast. She leaped over him singing, "I can leap past Piggy like all of the others. This story will not end like that of my brothers. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." On down the path she came upon an artist. "A masterpiece good enough to eat," the artist whispered, and reached out to scoop up the gingerbread girl. With some fancy footwork, the gingerbread girl zipped past laughing. "I can outrun this artist like I outran the pig. I am one smart cookie, despite this wild wig. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread girl." Further along, the gingerbread girl passed a cow with her calf, who mooed happily. "Mama, I want a cookie to go with my milk." But when the cow tried to catch the gingerbread girl, she soon found herself running behind, listening to the gingerbread girl call, "Chase if you want, I am faster than you, although you have 4 feet and I've only got 2. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Girl. Up ahead, a dog walker was crossing the path with 3 dogs. The dogs barked happily, saying a tasty treat headed their way. But as the Gingerbread Girl sped past, the group was soon in line with the others hearing, "You're joining the chase, the more the merrier, but no one can stop me, not hound, not terrier. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Girl." Now the path ran right past the school. The children were out for recess and feeling quite hungry. Shouts of "Cookie" were heard across the playground. The Gingerbread Girl waved to them as they joined the chase with their teachers, and she sang, "I know that it's snack time and you want a sweet. Come follow along and you'll soon have a treat. I'll run and I'll run with a leap and a twirl. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Girl." Finally, the Gingerbread Girl came to the same river her brother had tried to cross. Who should be waiting for her but the same devious fox? "Hello, my pretty," crooned the fox. "I was a friend of your brother's. It looks like trouble runs in the family. Do let me help you cross the river. Just jump onto my tail." The Gingerbread Girl shivered, then sang in nearly a whisper, "Do I have your promise for a safe ride to shore? You won't drop me or eat me, that's all I implore." The fox chuckled. "I promise, my sweet little tidbit," and the Gingerbread Girl gingerly climbed onto the fox's tail. The instant the Gingerbread Girl climbed on, the fox dove into the water, ready for a fabulous feast. "Oh, the water is so deep. Move to my back," he insisted, thinking this cute Cookie was even dumber than her brother. Anyone could tell by looking at her that she was an airhead. The Gingerbread Girl did what she was told. "That's a good little girl," the fox said with a snicker. "Oh my, the water is deeper. Now move to my head." I know the fox is trying to trick her. What do you think? Do you think she's going to get eaten, or do you think she's going to survive? No sooner had he spoken those words than the Gingerbread Girl leaped to his head, pulling off a strand of her own leathery licorice hair. With the expertise of a ranch hand, she triple-looped it around the fox's snout and tied it off with a half-hitch knot. "You're right," she whispered in the fox's ear. "I am good." The fox snarled and struggled and strained, thrashing about, but the Gingerbread Girl hung on, turning him back toward the crowd, riding the fox like a bucking bronco. The Gingerbread Girl whizzed past singing, "He'll run and he'll run with a leap and a twirl. Come follow me, I'm the Gingerbread Girl." The awestruck crowd followed all the way back to the lonely old woman and the lonely old man's house. The Gingerbread Girl rode into the kitchen, secured the fox, jumped onto the table, and she measured and mixed with a leap and a twirl, singing, "I'll bake you some more, I'm the Gingerbread Girl." The old woman and old man quickly joined in to help, having a hungry, happy houseful to feed. From that moment on, of course, they were never lonely again. That's very kind of the Gingerbread Girl to make a snack for everyone who just tried to eat her. And what of the fox? The Gingerbread Girl was eventually able to teach him some manners, using gingerbread crumbs for treats. Most days you could see them riding across the countryside and hear a small voice drifting in the breeze. "We'll run and we'll run with a leap and a twirl. I outfoxed the fox, I'm the Gingerbread Girl." Okay, friends, that was the Gingerbread Girl. I hope you like this story. This is also one of my favorites. To tell you the truth, I'm a big fan of almost all of these books. Okay, I think we have time for maybe 2 more read-alouds. clouds. Would you like to pick the next one? Some good choices. Yep, good choice. This is The Gingerbread Cowboy by Janet Squires, illustrated by Holly Berry. Once upon a time, in the wild, wild west, there lived a rancher and his wife. Every morning, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher saddled his horses and fed the cattle, while his wife baked biscuits, biscuits with butter, biscuits with honey, biscuits with jelly. Yes, those breakfast biscuits were plump as pillows, soft as clouds, and tasty as a big Texas barbecue. Then one day, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher's wife decided that she was tired of making biscuits. So she measured and mixed and she made a gingerbread dough. She rolled that dough flat and cut out the shape of a boy. But not just any boy. He had boots on his feet, he had a hat on his head, and he had a big belt buckle made of spun sugar. He was a gingerbread cowboy. She took raisins, candies, and nuts and gave him 2 bright eyes, a laughing mouth, and a cowboy vest with fringe, and she put him in the oven to bake. I sure am hungry for biscuits, said the rancher, leaning over and sniffing the rodeo romping good smell coming out from the oven. He opened the door for a peek, and as quick as a flick of a cow ponytail, out jumped the gingerbread cowboy, and he ran out the door as fast as his boots could carry him. And I know he's so tiny, but here he is. Whoa, shouted the rancher. Come back, cried his wife. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He jumped over a horned lizard, gobbling up ants, and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came to a roadrunner. I was about to have lizard for breakfast, said the roadrunner, but I think I'll eat you instead. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He wriggled through the coral fence and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came up to a band of javelinas munching on cactus pats. Gingerbread, shouted the javelinas. Hee-haw! The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He galloped past the big prickly cactus and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Until he came to a herd of longhorn cattle grazing in a field. No more grass for us, they all cried. We won gingerbread. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He tucked between their legs and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. I love how little they draw him in this book. Until he met some hungry cowboys riding the range. The cowboys yelled, Stampede! They wanted gingerbread too. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the Gingerbread Man. He turned down a canyon and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. There he is. Until he met a coyote napping in the sun. Now the gingerbread cowboy was feeling mighty pleased with himself. I've run from the rancher and his wife, the roadrunner, the javelinas, the longhorn cattle, and the cowboys, he bragged, and I can run from you too. The coyote smiled. Oh, I don't want to chase you, he said, but I can hear those folks coming fast, and there's a river just ahead. Hop onto my tail and I'll take you across. I can let them catch me now, cried the gingerbread cowboy, so he hopped onto the coyote's tail. We've heard that before. The coyote splashed into the river and began to swim. It rained last night and the river is deep. You'd better get on my back, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy climbed onto the coyote's back. What do you think? Do you think the gingerbread cowboy is going to survive like the gingerbread girl? Or do you think he's going to get eaten? By now, the cowboys, the longhorns, the javelinas, the roadrunner, the rancher, and his wife had arrived at the edge of the river. The rancher's wife took out the lariat and swung a loop out toward the gingerbread cowboy. Quick, stand on my nose, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy jumped up onto the coyote's nose. Ha ha ha, shouted the gingerbread cowboy as the lasso fell short. They missed. But I won't, said the coyote. He tossed the gingerbread cowboy into the air like a flapjack on a griddle and swallowed him in one gulp. And that was the end of the gingerbread cowboy. And then I see the coyote with the rancher and the wife making some more gingerbread cowboys. Okay, friends, that was a good pick. I think we have time for just one more gingerbread story, and this one, if you allow me, I want to pick myself. This is The Gingerbread Boy by Richard Gilsky, and this is a special version of the Gingerbread Man story because it has a special setting. And maybe you can already tell the setting from the cover, but in case you can't, as I'm reading the story, I'm wondering if you can figure out or make a guess as to what the setting is. There was a woman and a man who had no children. One day the woman took flour, eggs, butter, brown sugar, molasses, ginger, cinnamon, salt, a pinch of black pepper, and made some dough. She rolled it flat and cut out the shape of a little boy. Then with candy, nuts, and icing, she made his face and clothes. There you are, she said, my gingerbread boy, and she put him in the oven to bake. He baked up nice and brown, but so hot that he shot right out of the oven, across the room, and through the open window. The woman and the man cried, Gingerbread boy, please stop. But the gingerbread boy only laughed and said, Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. And off he ran. This page doesn't have any words, but it's giving you a pretty good view of the setting of the story. Until he met a rat. And unfortunately, the fact that the rat is a character in this book, it's also a pretty accurate clue as to the setting of the story. You smell good, said the rat. I'm going to eat you. But the gingerbread boy only laughed and said, Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. And off he ran. Until he met some construction workers. Hey you, gingerbread boy, they shouted. You're just a snack for our coffee break. But the gingerbread boy only laughed and said, Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. and off he ran. And again, this page doesn't have any words, but this little part right here, it's also a pretty good clue as to what the setting is. Until he met some musicians. Yummy, 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 they sang. But the gingerbread bear only laughed and said, but the gingerbread boy only laughed and said, run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. And off he ran. Can you spot him? He's all the way over here, inside the E train, which is also a really good clue as to where this story is happening. Until he met a policeman on a horse. Stop, stop in the name of the law, the policeman called. We're hungry. But the gingerbread boy only laughed and said, run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. And off he ran. And look at all of those characters chasing the gingerbread boy. Oh, and I forgot to show you this little clue right here that tells us he's about to go inside the zoo. Until he met a fox. By now the gingerbread boy was feeling pretty proud of himself. I've run away from the woman and the man, the rat, the construction workers, the musicians, and the policeman on a horse, and I can run away from you too, he bragged. Run, run, run. No, 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 the fox interrupted. I don't want to eat you, but there is a big lake up ahead, and that crowd you're running from is catching up. Oh, what shall I do? Asked the gingerbread boy. Hop onto my tail and I'll carry you across, said the fox. So the gingerbread boy hopped onto the fox's tail. Then the fox said, it will be easier to hold on if you climbed onto my shoulders. So the gingerbread boy climbed onto the fox's shoulders. This lake is deeper than I thought, said the fox, and if you get wet, you'll crumble away to nothing. Why don't you crawl out onto my nose? So the gingerbread boy crawled out onto the fox's nose. Ha ha ha, laughed the gingerbread boy. They'll never get me now. You're right, said the fox, as she flipped him into the air and she opened her mouth. And this fountain right here is our very last clue as to the setting of the story. Were you able to guess? It is New York City. And the gingerbread boy was all gone. The end. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed those 5 versions of the gingerbread story. And I hope you're feeling a little sleepier now. I hope you liked this video.